Holidaymakers enjoying a barbecue on the beach could be consigned to the past as a council unveils plans to stop the pastime, claiming they cause global warming. Brighton and Hove City Council has put forward proposals to ban cookouts on all beaches, parks and open spaces in the city. The Green Party-run authority says disposable barbecues are partly to blame for the world's rising CO2 levels, and the move is part of its action on climate change with the aim of making the seaside resort carbon neutral by 2030. The plans have been condemned by residents and tourists alike, who have accused the council of being the worst type of woke and trying to kill the summer tourism trade. One said, "The insanity on banning BBQs is just unbelievable. This will make zero difference. Getting industry in the city to dim the lights in all office blocks in any city for an hour will save more carbon than all the BBQs in the UK combined." A Brighton resident said, "A BBQ ban is a step too far. Brighton has always been about fun and a place that is tolerant and welcoming to everyone." Another resident said it was a punitive step against those who lived in bedsites and flats and have no outside space. He added, "The sensible method would be to have designated areas for those that wanted a BBQ to have one. If this was about actual carbon emissions, then a far quicker and more effective measure would be to ban all domestic solid fuel burners." Another said, "This move is the worst type of woke response to global warming from the Greens." "It is knee-jerk and the science does not support their claims. Every year around 10 million holidaymakers and day trippers flock to Brighton and Hove, with many enjoying a beer and a barbecue on the beach." The tourism industry supports more than 20,000 jobs and brings in an estimated £850 million to the city. Some residents supported the plans, saying too many disposable barbecues are left on the beach and blight the city. One resident said, "Happy to see beach barbecues being banned. Things are more annoying when you have a nice spot on the beach and then people near you start a barbecue and the consequent irritating smoke and smell of food." Another said, "Best news I've heard in years. Smoke and stench from stinking BBQs spoil other people's peaceful enjoyment, and hope the ban will apply to BBQs in gardens in residential areas as well." The 2030 carbon neutral programme being presented to councillors sets the direction for action on climate change by the council Brighton and Hove for the next decade, focusing on social justice and future generations alongside rapid decarbonisation to accelerate the city's transition to carbon neutrality by 2030. Brighton and Hove City Council said the proposals were in their very early stages, were part of a raft of new environmental schemes under consideration, and would go to a consultation at a later date. Meanwhile, a few miles along the coast, barbecues are to be banned to help protect the New Forest from the expected influx of summer visitors. Campfires will also be outlawed to prevent a repeat of truly shocking scenes witnessed last summer, said Forestry England, where one weekend as many as 60 unsafe barbecues were put out. Extra patrols will be mounted to stop people flouting the rules. The action plan has been devised by Forestry England, Go New Forest, the New Forest National Park Authority, NPA, and the District Council. In a joint statement, they said last year was exceptional in many ways and saw greater numbers of people spending time in the countryside. The New Forest, like many other places around the country, experience antisocial behaviour. Last year saw a significant rise in the irresponsible use of BBQs, presenting a major risk of wildfire with potentially devastating effects. In just one weekend, rangers working with the fire service extinguished over 60 unsafe BBQs. All BBQ facilities at Forestry England sites have been removed, and prominent No BBQ signs are being installed at Forestry England car parks and information points. The ban will be widely communicated, and joint patrols with the fire service carried out across the forest at periods of peak fire risk.